welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited that you are here. So if you have not yet done so, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Or subscribe first and then like and comment later. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about how to survive college while being sexually pure. If you did not know, I went to one of the biggest party schools in the state of Illinois. It was known for partying. People would come down just on the weekends just for the parties, and some would even go to the local college down out of state or in-state just to be next to this particular party school. So my school was a partying school, okay? So I know that the temptation is real. It's coming at you from the left to right, and you're probably just like, I have no clue how to get through this. Like, you know, I want to do good, but it's like, it's hard, you know? So I want to share with you some of the things, some of the tips that helped me through my journey, and hopefully it'll help you as well through your journey. All right, so how to survive college while waiting to have sex and being sexually pure. The first tip that I have is to check your circle, boo. Check your circle. Make sure that you are surrounded by people who are like-minded. So I talk about this in my blog, so if you haven't done so, make sure you go there and check it out. But to DeWannaHarvey.com/blog. But basically, it's so important to make sure that you are surrounded with like-minded friends. I cannot stress that enough. I remember when I was in school, my teachers used to always tell me, like, birds of a feather flock together. And although it's so cliche and it's so schoolish, the fact is so true. If you are hanging around with people who are doing nothing but talking about sex, pressuring you to have sex, you most likely are going to fall into that trap and temptation of having sex. And so make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded, that will hold you accountable for your purity, will hold you accountable for your desire to be abstinent, and will push you closer to the things of God. You know, it's important that we surround ourselves with people who genuinely desire to please God's heart and want to push us closer to the things of God and purity and abstinence. So my second tip is this. Before I go to that second tip, I want to say, and for me personally in college, I used to hang out with this dance crew that was called Dance for Christ, and it was awesome because I love to dance. And we would dance to Christian music, and then we would also surround ourselves with one another during the weekends to, you know, make sure that we were doing stuff that was mainly pleasing to God's heart. And so we had a great time dancing for performances, traveling for performances, and then also an amazing time encouraging one another and holding one another accountable, you know. And if we messed up, we were praying. You know, if one of my sisters messed up, we were praying for one another. So it was great being a part of Dance for Christ. So find you, whether it's an organization, a group of people, find you a Bible study on campus, find you some place that's safe and some place where you can connect with other people that are like-minded. Number 2, you need to make sure that you're not going into every environment. And there were some times where I definitely did go into environments that I was not supposed to be a part of. You know, make sure that you just, if you feel a warning in your spirit that this is not the best environment to go into, make sure that you don't go. You know, it makes you feel like when you leave. Me and my friends, we would discuss this when we had gone, we would say. But it makes us feel so much more distant and so much more further from God, you know. And I'll do a whole nother teaching on this, but it's so important that you understand that, you know, the atmosphere and environment that you surround yourself in, it definitely will either help you get closer to God or it will pull you further away from the things of God. And so that night I was in the club, shooting popped off. Guys, I almost got stampeded. It's just so lustful and so full of sexual pressure and sexual tensions in those environments. So I want to make sure that you are encouraged and that you know that if you're waiting to have sex, you know, that's not the best environment to be in. My advice is find some sort of other alternatives that you can do on the weekend. Find some sort of other things. My friends, we used to go to balls. You just get dressed up and get really, really pretty, go to balls on campus. We used to go to Zumba class on campus. We used to, oh, I love Zumba, guys, you don't even know. My affinity towards Zumba is real. And make sure that you find yourself some sort of like class or hobby. We even tried swing dancing, I think, one night. And like, I love dance. So make sure you find yourself some sort of hobby that you can be a part of. Something that feels more cleaner, something that feels, good, and something where you're not feeling all this pressure to have sex, be rubbed up on by every guy, be touched up on. I remember when I did go, I used to feel like I was in a meat market, like I was a piece of meat. The most stressful feeling ever. And then as soon as you tell the guy, like, I'm good, they're like, what's wrong with you? No. See, you don't understand. I'm a daughter of the king, and you don't deserve to be able to touch me like that. So save yourself the drama. Find yourself some clean hobbies, some clean activities. We used to go to cultural fairs as well. We used to go to like different like tastes of this, taste of India, taste of Africa, taste of Morocco. We used to just experiment with all types of stuff. We would try out different restaurants on the weekends. We would sometimes we would go to, of course, to work out on the weekends. We had so much fun. I mean, it was like college was nonstop. Like if you wanted something to do 24/7, movie nights, there was always something to do. So make sure you find something that's fun for you to do, okay? And number 3, which I have number 3 tip, is to make sure that you date in groups. Date in groups, guys. So if you are meeting someone and you're trying to stay sexually pure, you start trying to stay, abstinent, make sure that you're dating within the confines of a group. So that form of dating is more so closely aligned with courtship. I know some people are like, well, I can't be in a group all the time, Tawana. Like, okay, I get that. But if you are really serious about your journey, I think that it's more beneficial to date in a group versus not. So if you can date in a group, date in a group. Find you some like-minded people to date in a group with. It could be your friend, your best friend, drag her along on the date. But just date in groups for safety and for accountability. And the Bible says in 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 22, is to abstain from all appearances of evil. And so if you're dating a group, you're not going to be cuddling, you're not going to be doing Netflix and chill, you're not going to be doing things you shouldn't be doing because you'll have those other people with you holding you accountable. So while you might want your private time, if you're serious about your walk of abstinence, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. And dating in groups is a great one. And you guys have a lot of fun dating in groups. You can go so many places, do so many things, and when the night is over, it's like, deuces, it's over. All right, and then number 4, guys, is to always have accountability. Always have accountability. I know this is probably, and I'm looking at my notes, I know this is probably a tough one for some of us guys because we are fully grown. Like I understand it, but at the same time, it's important to be accountable to God. It's important to be accountable to your spiritual covering. It's important to be accountable to your headship. So find you someone, a local church on campus, where there will be someone who you can be accountable to while you're doing dating. You should have at least one person who is holding you accountable. Hey, did you make it in last night? Hey, did you make it in tonight by your time? Hey, what happened on the date? And you need to promise and make a commitment to them that you're going to be 100% transparent during this journey because you're trying to make it to your goal. So be transparent, be honest. And then my last tip, guys, so make sure you have a spiritual covering. Oh, and this is my most powerful tip. Make sure that you are spending time with Jesus every day, guys. Oh my gosh. If I had to do any tip above all tips, oh gosh, guys, Jesus gives me life and strength. So just think about it. If you're not eating every day, you're going to feel weak, right? But there are some of us, and I've been guilty of this myself in the past, where we'll go just straight through the week, without time with Jesus. And then on Sunday, we're like, fill me up, God. And God is like, but you haven't been in my presence all week. Like, he loves you, but he misses you, right? He loves you, but he misses you. And so it's so important that we spend time with him and work on that relationship daily. Like, that is the only way that a relationship is going to get stronger with God, is daily. And so the closer that you get to God, the less you'll be like this world. The closer that you draw into Jesus, the less you'll even want to to fall into temptation or do anything that breaks his heart. Guys, my prayer every day, because I know that without him, I'm nothing, and without him, I would fall. So my prayer every day is, Lord, please help me not to do anything that breaks your heart today. God, give me the strength not to do anything that breaks your heart. And I believe that if you pray that prayer, God meets you right there, and he's going to help you, So, even the journey of abstinence is not like my life's done changed and instant I have no sexual desires. Like, the devil is a liar, you still do. But with that comes an understanding that, God, you are in control and you're going to help me minute by minute. You don't take it like, it's a whole revolutionary change until 20, 30 years my husband comes down the road. You say, no, God, help me in this minute. Help me in that minute. Help me in this next minute, God. And he'll get you through the days. He'll get you through the days of your journey. And the more time you spend with Jesus, the sweeter each of your days will become. Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. So I love you, sisters. Make sure, if you have not yet done so, that you subscribe to the channel, that you subscribe as well and check out the blog. I pray that this blesses you, and I pray that you have found some ways to wait to have sex, and I pray that you apply these tips in your life, and that God just uses you for his glory in the days to come. So I love you guys, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Hearts, hearts, hearts to you guys. Bye.